Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Back by popular demand. Not really. Back just because I want to play another episode of this game. I'm loving it. But we are on the brink of collapsing and falling apart. Might seem dramatic considering we've played 5 games since you were last here. 1 draw, 4 wins. But trust me, I have... we are this close to bottling it. It's all my own doing. I'll tell you about it. Arguably player of the season for midfield, Mark Coles, is gone. Yeah, do you know what? He's a fantastic player. He was really good for me. He was getting a 7.33. But Bournemouth came in, right? They offered like £15 million, £17 million or something, including like this after certain amount of games, a couple of million or whatever. I upped it to 15 million up front and 10 million over installments or something of that ilk. And they just said yes. So then I had the decision of going, do I let him go? Bear in mind, I've just sold Jack Kingdon. You remember that, right? Yeah? I sold Jack Kingdon. And I thought, should I sell Mark Coles? Well, I did sell him. So we're in the money. 15 million in the transfer budget, 12 million in the bank account, 300, over 50,000 left in the wages. Did we bring anyone in? We sort of did. And it was, should we say, January panic? Javier Acosta. I paid £7.5 million from Boca Juniors for this guy. He was my 4th choice defensive midfielder. There's a lot of other defensive midfielders that I had on my radar that I wanted that were actually a bit cheaper. That being said, he's got high potential. He's got all right current ability. He's decent. He's worth a lot more now. So, you know, we gambled with the money that we got in for people. We had to strengthen, and I felt young player, decent, whatever. He's not exciting me. 3 appearances off the bench so far, just because I'm just trying to bed him in because he's got no sharpness. Moise Vlad Paul, £3.4 million, can play in the number 10 role because, of course, we know Zayak and Alan Davis have been crap in the number 10 role. He's not been much better, but he's only played twice from the start and once from the bench, so he's got time. He did have 5-star potential when I was buying him, and now it's gone down to 4-star, so that's annoying. He's worth more, though. If I sold him for over 10 million, I'd be happy with that. He's 18. He's got time to develop. So, yeah, Moise Vlad Paul, welcome to the club. Nelson Caceres, a Paraguayan youngster. Again, 4.5-star potential ability, now down to 4-star, but he's only 2.5-star. He can play all across the back. His polygon looks worse than it is. I feel like he's got some decent attributes in good areas, and he's just a solid option that can play anywhere across the back. He's not great at dribbling, so I'm not thrilled about playing him at right or left back. But he's got a good crossing, so yeah. Welcome to the club, Nelson. Mick Sirica. I'm actually quite excited about this fella. Feels a bit like a deep line playmaker to me. He can play centre back, apparently. 10 tackling, not overly enthralled by that, and 9 acceleration. I feel like he's more of a deep line playmaker, and that's where I'm going to potentially use him, or a box-to-box. His finishing's not good enough for being a box-to-box, really, for my money. Do you know what? 4.1 million I paid for him, and I had to promise to bring a player in to help him settle. Now, it's been a shambles. He's got 3-star current ability, 5-star potential. He's worth more than he was. If I end up having to sell him, I end up having to sell him. I think I probably will end up selling him. I don't think he's quite my kind of player, but he's a professional player, so hopefully over the next few months he beds in, does all right. He's 19 as well, but he's Brazilian. I'm hoping to buy some good young Brazilians in the summer, so that should help him settle. But I did find someone to help him settle from his current club, and that's Alexandro, who we paid 1.4 million for. He's now worth 3.5 to 5.6. He's on loan at Cruzeiro. He's unregistered because he hasn't got a work permit. He cannot get a work permit. I'm annoyed at that. He looks like a halfway decent centre-back. A lot of potential. Should be worth a lot of money if I ever manage to get him in through his work permit. I think we probably will at some point. Leading Vanarama National. He's better than that, isn't he? He's at least League 2 standard. But he's got good potential, and I tried to get him in to help Mick Sirica settle, and yeah, it didn't work. So £82 million we've got in for players that we've sold this season. 28.5 that we've spent. Losing Jack Kingdon was a bit of a killer, as well as Mark Coles. But I chose that. I did choose to accept those offers. And we've got a lot of players in that have really helped bolster the squad out. So I'm not doing too bad. So in terms of the schedule then, Of course, you were here for the fantastic episode where we lost 2 games in a row against Hull and Man United, and then that happened against Norwich, Jack Kingdon's current club, and then that happened 2-0. However, a vicious, massive amount of changes at half-time. Berardo came on, a great assist from Mark Coles. We'll need him for the rest of the season. No, sold him. And Berardo with a corner, and it was Rojas with a goal. So Berardo, goal and assist, coming on off the bench. Happy days. Mid-table Coventry was next. 1-0 to Coventry. Now you're looking in the top corner and you're seeing, you won 3-2. What are you moaning about? Honestly, I felt like I went grey during this game. Leighton Stewart with the equaliser. And finally, 78th minute, Joe Worm-Leighton, he finds Zayag for his first goal for the club. January. First goal for the club. 90th minute, Coventry equalised. Felt like crying at that point. Bit dramatic. I wasn't happy. But then 91st minute, it broke somehow to Leighton Stewart. I'd have been fuming to concede that, but I was very grateful to have scored it. And we won 3-2. So yeah, we almost threw it away in the 90th minute. But just bear this in mind, a 92nd minute winner. And then against Cardiff, straight away, Cardiff went ahead again. And I'm all at sea at the moment. My team hasn't got the cohesion. I've got a lot of new faces in. Some of the core elements, Mark Coles and Jack Kingdon, have gone. The language is a problem. We're 2-0 down here at this point against Cardiff. Half time again, 2-0 down. And Dongler inside the second half. Laurieri, it bundles to James Taylor and it's 2-1. 87th minute here. Still 2-1 down at this point. Laurieri gets through and own goal. And we scramble. We scramble to get it to 2-2. And then in the 94th minute, we get a penalty, James Taylor. So from what you've just seen, against Norwich, 2-0 down, we came back to 2-2. Nearly threw it away against Coventry. Managed to sneak it in the 94th minute or 93rd minute. This game, 2-0 down, bring it back right near the end, and then get the winner in the injury time again. And this game is less dramatic, to be fair. You know, a bit more by the book. Yeah, conceding first, as bloody usual at the minute. I'm just not having the best time in the last few games. Frank Pino did pop up with the equaliser, and we didn't wait till injury time. No, it was about 2 minutes before half time. James Taylor found Frank Pino, and it was 2-1. We did have a goal disallowed for offside, so we had the better of it. We deserved the win, in my opinion. And we won 2-1. And finally, here against Birmingham, a 1-0 win. Birmingham went down to 10 men after 8 minutes. We were 1-0 up at that point, and that was the goal. That's the winning goal. A scrapper from James Taylor. So today we've come back for West Brom, who are 21st, and Wigan, who are 23rd. I wasn't sure when to come back for, but so much has happened. I felt, do you know what? Here's fine. Here is fine, because that's where I left the game last night when I turned it off. And rather than go and playing just a couple of games and come back, I thought, we'll come back here and we'll just assess where we are. Because we've got 2 teams in the relegation zone. 2 games we should win. Should being the operative word. The first game here against West Brom, we're expected to win. I'm starting Acosta, although I do want to play Mick Sirica. But I don't want to have too many players that are new. I've already got Paul up there, Acosta. Do I play Mick Sirica as a deep line playmaker? And I'm not sure. I'm a bit all over the place here. This is the thing, it's finding the balance of the team. A lot of the players have got this little fitness sort of symbol. I think Laurieri and Alan Davis. Oh, Alan Davis is 25 years old. He's not going to improve anymore. He's not been great. So I don't need to care too much about his happiness. He's not going to cut it in the Premier League. I want him gone. Kavanagh. That little fitness thing. What's he saying? Only 45 minutes of action for Acosta. Okay. So then what we're going to do is I am going to play him as a deep line playmaker on support. There we go. Look, we're gambling. We've got a lot of new players. And to be honest, the upheaval that I've had leads me to think that there's a potential that we might now not go up. Even though we've had 4 wins in the last 4 games, 2 of those were in the 90th minute. One was against 10-man Birmingham, who were 10-man for the entirety of the game. And Dongler now. Pino. Oh, good save. we might, the players might settle in. There's a lot of players that can't speak the language, but hopefully quite a few of them will be good enough and they'll have settled in by the time we get in the Premier League. So there's not going to be too many players that are going to come in. I will have to strengthen in multiple positions. And I'm worried Leighton Stewart's not good enough for the Premier League for me. With a heavy heart, he might not make it. He might not. Karakalic anyway. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Frank Pino, play it across. Oh, you should have played that across. Waters. Josh. Rogers. Oh. Again, we're behind. 5 minutes in. Elliot Clark now. Jenkins. Frank Pino. Find James Taylor. He does. Shot blocked. Whips it in. Over the bar. Disappointing. If you look at the XG, we've got 1.1 XG. I'm just going to encourage. Gone down all right. James Taylor getting a 6.4. He's lost his shooting boots, let me tell you that. Oh, bad shout to Man Moore. Here comes a highlight. Probably for them. Montoya gets rid. Doesn't get rid very well, though. Right. Dramatic. And Ndongala. Krivlovich. Rojas. Find Mixirica. Mixirica's got great passing. Into Mixirica. Right, fine. Paul's through. Paul to James Taylor. Oh, brilliant. He couldn't miss, really. Paul put it on a plate for him. I'm shouting pass it to Mixirica here. And they didn't. But that's fine. Great. I'm happy with that. We're not playing with the confidence and the swagger that we did in the first half of the season. And it's the signings. It's the letting people go and stuff. And it's just that bedding in period. But and maybe it's the post-Christmas lull where last season we fell apart, didn't we, for a bit? So maybe. Right, Mixirica has not played well. Rob Jenkins is also not playing well. And I think I'm going to bring on Victor Chukwudi. Nelson Caceres for Elliot Clark. There's your triple change. Kane Fullerlove I'd like to bring on. But Frank Pino's getting a 7.1, having not scored. James Taylor's getting a 7.1 due to the goal. Kane Fullerlove can have half an hour. A lot of shots on target, so I'm happy. Do you know what? I'm not happy, but I want the big green smiley faces. So let's game the game. Hull are drawing to Norwich as well, so keeping pace with them with the current result. 21st place, West Brom. Rojas out to the left. Caceres now with his 5 dribbling. To Frank Pino, who's having a great game. Chukwudi. Paul. Oh! Well! He only got an assist in the first half and he's pops up with that. Paul the other one. Yes, please. Puns galore. Come on, Moyes. Paul Vlad Moyes. Moyes Paul? Whatever his name is. Remember the name, if I get it right. We'll just call him Paul. What a goal. Oh, top corner. Yes. And that's going to be an assist for Victor Chukwudi. He's getting a 7.1, and I'm not sure he fully deserves the 7.1, to be fair, but we'll take it. Rojas now to Ndongala. Down the wing. No. Inside then. Acosta. Passing it around nicely. Into trouble. Somewhat, right, there we go. And Ndongala wants it. James Taylor to Ndongala. Karakalic. Chukwudi. That's a great pass to James Taylor. And that's 3-1. And that's 2 assists for Victor Chukwudi inside 10 minutes. And he's going to be getting a higher rating. And that pass deserves it. Another great finish, though. James Taylor is... I was going to bring him off. And he's going to have done that. So I'm going to play Caballo and swap Caballo and Privlovich round. And I'm going to bring on Kane Fullerlove for... It's going to be James Taylor. He's got less legs and he's scored 2. Will that annoy him? Norwich are beating Hull. So Hull and Sheffield United are on 60 points. We'll be 16 points clear of the promotion places. That's a lot, isn't it? We can't bottle it from here, surely. Surely we can't bottle it. We've not even won this game yet. Here comes Knight. Black. Waters. 3-2. Sheffield United and Forest are drawing. Hull are losing. We are winning as it stands. As it stands, it could not be going better for us. Blackburn have got a game in hand, though, and they are winning. So Blackburn could go further up, but we'd still be 16 points inside the promotion places. Sheffield United have just lost to Forest. Right, we've won 3-2. Not the most convincing, but hey, we came back from being behind. With 14 games left, we can afford to lose at least 5 of them. And that's if the chasing teams win all their games, which they will not. They definitely won't. James Taylor, get yourself a bit of praise. What did Chukwudi end up getting? An 8.1. He can have some praise as well. And I tell you what, Victor Chukwudi, he's earned himself a start against Wigan. And if Paul is probably... I want to play Paul as well. Rakic didn't play well, so Laurieri can play. I'm going to play Caballo there. Oh, as well, more heartbreak. David Lind went to Arsenal. Honestly, Arsenal have got so many players that I wanted. Sepulveda as well. I wanted to get him. Who else? Juan David Ruiz. I tried to get him at some point, I think. No, I didn't. Sorry. No, I didn't try and get him. He was just on the list. Here we go. Ticio Garcia, I just tried to get him. He went to Arsenal. 2.4. Look at him, he was worth that now. Heartbreaking. Tried to get this guy ages ago. David Lind. Look at him, 44 to 50 million. Gone for 7.75. He's wonder kid. So disappointed. I really wanted him. We've got Wigan, who are 23rd, and then we've got Bristol City, who are 17th. And they are literally just 3 days apart, sorry. And then we've got Forest the following weekend, who are in the playoff places. So Norwich have just beaten Blackburn. That's their game in hand they've lost. The Forest could win their game in hand, so it's very tight for the second automatic promotion place. But we're 22 points inside the playoffs. So I will say 7 defeats. That's losing half of our games. We should get playoffs. We must. If we only got to the playoffs, we've got to go up. Right, here we go then. Against Wigan. We are at home as well. So we've actually won 5 in a row. We have to win our home games. No excuses. Moisvad Paul is getting another nod because, for my money, man of the match in the last game. Even though James Taylor got 2 goals, he got an assist and a fabulous strike to turn the tide. Laurieri now with a free kick. Bit far out, is it? No, it's not! Laurieri with the goal. 1-0 inside the first minute. Come on! I think am I being dramatic? Like, because the results have gone our way and we are doing well and we're so far ahead at the top of the table. I just think because of those 2 games where the draw against Norwich and then the 2 games where we won in the 90th minute, I feel like it could very easily have gone the other way, and that could have been 3 defeats. Because we came back from 2-0 down against Norwich as well, so 3 defeats there, instead of, that's 7 points less. The gap's much smaller, and we are... well, not doing as well, are we? It doesn't look as promising. Anyway, Laurieri with another free kick. It's been free kicks galore for Laurieri. Gone out for a corner. That will be a corner. Laurieri, dead ball specialist today, apparently. Into Rojas, and it's saved. This highlight's still going. Is it... have I actually put full match on? Key highlights. Well, there's more to come in this key highlight then. McSirica. What a ball. Oh! Oh! I thought that was a bit crap, that ball, but the defender didn't get there. And Frank Pino, gorgeous finish. This is a key highlight. It's a goal. What a ball. Con didn't know what to do. And that was just, what a finish. That's a man who's confident and in form. Frank Pino. 2-0. And I can breathe. I can breathe. Hull are playing Sheffield United, 2nd versus 3rd. Brilliant. Come on, Preston, who are playing Blackburn. Forest are beating Derby, so there's not really... oh... Victor Chukwudi, you absolute bellend. Right, Mick can be deep line playmaker on defend. Laurieri can be the box-to-box. I'm just going to play this till half-time. I don't want to bring someone off that early. I think at half-time I might make a tactical change. But I've not decided what yet. Maybe bring a Costa on. Play him as a ball winner. Just show it up at the back. Because we're 2-0 up. We don't need to go and get goals. However, we do go and get a third. That would be a statement, wouldn't it? Laurieri now. Across. James Taylor. Can't find the back of the net. He's probably the one who's going to be sacrificed, is James Taylor. He's not playing great. Get a 6.5. Clark. Rojas. I just feel like we're being crowded out now. Mick back to Rojas. And Mick back on. Oh no, Frank Pino's on. Paul! It's penalty! Come on! Oh, ref! James Taylor's playing awful. So, let's bring... What can he play? He can't really play. I'm going to put him as a Mazzala on attack. I'm going to play Berardo for James Taylor. Who... Berardo can play as a deep line forward. So I'm going to play him as a deep line forward on support. So hopefully you'll sort of drop in here. And like, you've got Paul who's going to come out here. Deep line playmaker, and you've got your deep line forward who's going to maybe come fill in the hole. Probably the best thing I can do at this moment in time. I could play Berardo in the number 10. We'll see. Anyway, here's Ndongala. Poor cross. Laurieri wins the ball. Been brilliant today, Laurieri has. Pino. Across. It's Paul. It's a goal. It's his second in 2 games. Off the bar and in. Another fabulous strike from Paul. And he looks like £3.4 million well spent. Brilliant. Frank Pino across. And Paul. What a finish. Yes. And that's it. That's got to be game over, surely. Hull are beating Sheffield United. A draw there would have been ideal for me, to be perfectly honest. But, hey, as long as teams are losing points, I'm happy. Oh, it is a draw now. Sheffield United have pulled one back. Derby, putting up a good fight of it against Nottingham Forest. It's gone to 3-2. Last time I saw it was 2-0, I think. Free kick to Laurieri. Cleared. And that's Paul who's collected. Mazzala'd his way out to the wing. Lost it. Don't worry, Ndongala's got there. Mick keeps it simple. Ndongala now. Bit of space. Marauds into it. Oh, go on. Ooh. Buys it across. It's Pino. It's off the post. And we have smashed Wigan. And other results have gone very well for us. Got sent off straight red. He was on a 6.9 as well. So in 13 games, we are 18 points clear of second. So if we lose 6 games, we still get promoted. We've got to do it. There's no way we're not going to do this. Surely. Well, in terms of the schedule then, ladies and gentlemen, we don't know when we'll be back. Will I come back for confirmation of promotion, confirmation of league champions, or do we just come back for the last couple of games of the season and then look at the budgets? I don't know is the answer. It could all fall apart. We might still not go up. But if we don't go up this season, dearie me. That will do. See you next time, gang. Thank you very much. Like the video, all that jazz. Take good care of yourselves. I will see you very soon.